Musa Zungu elected as Speaker. What tasks are ahead of him? COP30 continues. We explore what is at stake for Tanzania.
Tropical rainforest that is contributing, that is actually is there as a carbon sink, and we are looking at reducing carbon emissions.
Good evening. My name is Nasa Kingu. Just a reminder, you can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. We start in Dodoma, where Member of Parliament for Ilala constituency, Musa Zungu, has been elected as the 9th Speaker of the Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania after securing 378 votes out of 383 votes, which is equivalent to 98.69% victory. The results were announced by the Clerk of the National Assembly, Baraka Leonard, during the first session of the first meeting of the 13th Parliament, where the elected Speaker defeated other candidates from NRA, NLD, DP, AFP, and ADC parties.
Mheshimiwa Musa Zungu.
Honorable Musa Zungu, it is my honor to inform you that the members of this esteemed parliament, in accordance with the provisions of Article 84, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution of the United Republic of Tanzania, have elected you, Honorable Musa Zungu, as the Speaker of this parliament.
Speaking after being sworn in, Zungu expressed gratitude to his party, CCM, and thanked all members of the parliament, vowing to serve through collaborative process while carrying out his duties.
I, Musa Zungu, with a great honor, solemnly pledge before this august house that I will remain faithful to my country, Tanzania. I promise to protect, save, and defend the United Republic of Tanzania with all my strength and with all my heart. So help me God.
Musa Zungu has held various positions, including Deputy Minister, Deputy Speaker, and Chairperson of parliamentary committees. The 13th Parliament comes at a critical time politically and economically, including at the time that the international community expects a great deal from developing countries like Tanzania, with various global development goals at stake. TBC News spoke with Paternius Nigira, who is a political and diplomatic analyst, speaking about the tasks ahead for the newly elected Speaker, Musa Zungu, as he's set to lead the Parliament for the rest of the 6th phase, the second term period.
I think he has come at a very crucial time in the history of the country when you look at what has conspired in the period of 6C and the past general elections. So he's expected to be a person who is going to unite the members of parliament, but also to connect the parliament with the people they represent. We have had a cry over some past years that the parliament is losing kind of popularity, is losing kind of value to the people. Now, the Speaker of this time is having a heavy load, actually to carry at his back by leading the members of the parliament to ensure that, one, they supervise and they stand for the government to do what is right and what is good in terms of expenses, but also in terms of how it apportions its finances, in terms of its planning system and mechanism to ensure that it achieves the objectives which has been set and the objective which we receive through the government national planning, of which are passed by the parliament. So his moment is very crucial in the history, and it's very crucial in the development today. One is accompanying a president who is a woman, being the first woman president in the country, but also with some political challenges which has occurred over a period of time, the people's safety, things to deal with the outcry that the parliament is not doing what it's supposed to do, the nature and the type of the discussion they hold in the parliament, All these together, when they are accommodated together, they have a definition of what kind of democracy looks like in this country. The parliament, we know, passes laws. The parliament, we know, passes some level of policies, rules and regulations. So this is the right time where the speaker needs to be so wise, but also so brave, and ensure that it drives the narrative which is going on to a new dawn, a narrative which makes the people of Tanzania feel that they are much contented. Now, we have some milestones we need to bring around. Number one, at the time when we are speaking of the new constitution, of which we know the candidate who is the president now promised that in her 100 days we make a constitution for the people. So, and this is done through the parliament and through some laws which will be passed by the parliament. So the level of the efficiency, effectiveness and productivity will be seen through how we lead the narrative and how we lead the discussion towards bringing a new constitution. But number two, we are speaking at the time when we are talking of we call SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, which end up 2030, and it will be its tenure to end at 2030. Now, the quality of discussion which will be brought into the parliament, the quality of discussion which will be carried from the parliament to the people, and from the people back to the parliament because they present to the people, is actually another yardstick or key performance indicator. But the third one is about the Vision 2050. Is a time when we are starting to implement the Vision 2050, this time when he's standing at the speaker of the parliament, and is a unifying factor, is one of the pillars that we are holding him responsible to many things which they go wrong, but you are also holding him responsible to things which go right. So partly yes, partly no is a part of him. So we wish him all the best.
Some may ask, who exactly is Musa Zungu, the just elected and sworn-in Speaker of the Parliament of the United Republic of Tanzania? Our reporter Caroline Maleo takes us through his remarkable journey.
In the historic streets of Dar es Salaam on May 25, 1952, Musa Zungu was born, a name that would one day echo through the chambers of Tanzania's parliament. His life story is one of determination, courage, and service to the nation, a journey that began in the classrooms of his childhood and has now led him to the Speaker's chair of the National Assembly. Zungu began his education at St. Joseph's Primary School, which is now known as Forodhani, between 1958 and 1965. He later attended Kinondoni Secondary School from 1966 to 1967, and later attended Tambaza Secondary School, where his passion for leadership began to take shape. While still a student, he joined TANU, becoming a branch leader, marking the beginning of a long and a dedicated political journey. After completing his secondary education, the wind of ambition carried him beyond Tanzania's borders. He moved to Toronto, Canada, where he studied aircraft engineering and aviation, and later began working as an aircraft engineer until 1982. His career then took him to the United Arab Emirates, where he continued in the aviation field before returning home in 1993, equipped with global experience and a renewed vision for national development. After returning to Tanzania, Zungu turned his focus to public service. In the year 2000, he re-entered politics, winning election as councillor for the Mchikichini ward under the ruling party, CCM. His leadership soon earned him the position of a deputy mayor of Ilala municipality in 2003, a role that expanded his connection with the people of Dar es Salaam. By 2005, the people of Ilala constituency placed their trust in him again, this time as their member of parliament. In parliament, Zungu stood out for his calm demeanor, diplomacy, and ability to bridge divides. He went on to serve in several key leadership roles, including the vice chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, the chair of Tanzanian Commonwealth Parliamentarian Association, and the vice chair of the Social Services Committee at the parliament. Between 2012 and 2016, he served as the chairperson of the parliament, where he earned respect from his colleagues because of his wisdom and integrity. Then in January 2020, the late President John Pombe Magufuli appointed him as the Minister of State in the Vice President's Office, Union and Environment, where he oversaw critical matters on national unity and environmental protection. In the 12th Parliament, Zungu was elected as the Deputy Speaker, a position he carried with distinction, known for his composure and ability to guide debates with balance and fairness. And now, following the October 29, 2025 general election, Musa Zungu has been elected Speaker of the National Assembly of Tanzania, succeeding Dr. Tulia Ackson, who stepped down from the race. From being a boy at Forodhani to becoming the Speaker of the Tanzanian Parliament, Musa Zungu's journey is a powerful story of resilience, integrity, and patriotism. This is a story of a son of Ilala who never stopped serving his country, leaving a lasting mark on Tanzania's political history. Caroline Maleo, TBC News.
From Dodoma, now we move to Belém in Brazil, where the Conference of Parties, COP30, continues. The annual climate summit of the United Nations, the Framework Convention on Climate Change, taking place in Belém, Brazil, and is scheduled to conclude on November 21st this year, 2025. The 11-day meeting, which is comprised of representatives from 195 countries, climate scientists, indigenous leaders, negotiators, and civil society actors, gather to review progress on climate action, renew commitments, and determine the next steps in the global response to the climate crisis. Esther Deus reports.
Since the first COP in 1995, the world has made significant pledges, from the Kyoto Protocol to the Paris Agreement, and Tanzania, as an essential environmental stakeholder, has been an active party to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change since 1996 and has consistently participated in all previous COPs meetings from COP1 to COP29. And what makes this year's COP distinctive from the previous ones, and why is it held in Belém, Brazil?
This COP is actually, termed as make or break, because it's a defining moment of all the Conference of Parties, being just 5 years to the, most of the climate targets ending. The climate targets are ending in 2030, most of them, and we're in 2025 already. Taking place in Belém, that is where the Amazon forest is. So it's symbolic to see, there is actually, a place where we have this tropical rainforest that is contributing, that is actually is there as a carbon sink, and we are looking at reducing carbon emissions.
In recent years, we have witnessed a strong engagement with President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who led the delegation to COP28 in Dubai, and the former Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, presenting Tanzania at COP29 in Baku. As a result, Tanzania now chairs the African Group of Negotiators on Climate Change, known as AGN. And what does this position mean for the Tanzanians' influence on global stages?
It means that we should continue to push for resilient multilateralism, that economic development can continue to coexist with instrument issues like United Nations Paris Agreement and Article 13, as well as Article 4, which calls on nations to be committed in terms of their budgeting, in terms of their legal and sectoral policies, as far as transparency and accountability.
A young climate advocate explains the opportunities that comes with being part of climate change advocacy.
Attending the past 2 COPs, and now is looking forward to attend COP30 in Belém, Brazil. As of starting this week, the government of Tanzania, through the Ministry of Environment, has been very intentional about putting youth in the center of climate conferences, as we do not only attend as observers, but as part of the official Tanzanian delegation, whereas we get the opportunity to attend high-level events, to be in the midst of negotiations, but also get global opportunities.
Conference for Parties has been taking place since 1995, but this is COP30. It's different, and how different it is, because it has renewed its focus for push of action. Esther Deus, TBC News.
Remaining on the same subject, that is COP30, maritime economics researcher from Korea Maritime and Ocean University, Eliusta Filikunjombe, says that diplomacy remains the anchor of Tanzania's blue economy as it helps shape strategic alliances, attract climate financing, and drive sustainable growth across key sectors such as fisheries, maritime transport, and renewable ocean energy. She made the remarks during an interview with my colleague Caroline Malewo, asserting that COP30 presents Tanzania with a vital opportunity to secure green investments and strengthen its position as a regional leader in sustainable ocean governance.
Thank you so much, Nasser Kingu. Here on a Zoom call, we are joined with Eliusta Filikunjombe, who is a maritime economics researcher from the Korea Maritime and Ocean University. You're mostly welcome on the Zoom call tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Can you tell us what is the link between climate change, diplomacy, and the blue economy, since this is your area and field of expertise?
Climate change is the rapid reshaping of marine ecosystem, coastal livelihood, and ocean-based industries. And on the other side, diplomacy is the mechanism through which countries come together to cooperate on ocean action and also on technology transfer and finance. So when we are trying to align the diplomacy and also when we are trying to grow the blue economy responsibly, that's where we get the link between climate change, diplomacy, and the blue economy. And because the ocean is a transboundary, we have no separate boundaries to protect the marine resources. We should use diplomacy to come together with different countries to maximize or to utilize various opportunities that are coming along in the blue economy sector.
Thank you so much. And why is diplomacy a critical tool for ocean resource development?
Diplomacy is a critical tool for ocean economy or blue economy, not just in Tanzania, but globally, because ocean has no boundaries. We have boundaries, yes, but it is transboundary. No country that can protect or exploit marine resources alone. So through diplomacy, Tanzania can negotiate fair access of technology, markets, climate finance, research partnership, and capacity building programs for the ocean economy with other countries. It also ensures that the alignment with global frameworks such as Paris Agreement, SDG 14, but also the Africa Blue Economy Strategy. And also, as we see, we have the ongoing conference on Brazil, COP30. This is where we get the practical example on how we link diplomacy and the blue economy and the climate action together.
Thank you so much. And since you talked about COP30, a meeting that is going on in Brazil, in Belém, actually, right now, where the world leaders are meeting there for this World Climate Change Conference. Can you tell us how can we put the outcomes of COP30 to support the development vision of the country, Tanzania?
Thank you. As Tanzania participates in COP30 in Brazil, I have seen some leaders who are aligned with the blue economy attending the conference. It simplifies that climate action is not just a global responsibility. It is a national opportunity for Tanzania to participate and to learn from the global leaders. We are learning from successful international models such as Seychelles, where they are using blue bonds for financing ocean governance, but also Norway for deploying marine technology. But the outcome for the COP30 in Tanzania will directly influence Tanzania blue economy and climate resilience.
Thank you so much for that explanation. And can you tell us, what is your vision now for Tanzania's blue economy in 2050?
We have various outcomes, or the future is very interesting for the blue economy in Tanzania. And we are very certain that we will, the sector will contribute effectively to development of other sectors by having climate financing, coastal infrastructures, but also we will be having international partnership for green port development. And thirdly, we will have the technology transfer for aquaculture and renewable energy. But also the COP30 outcome will also align in support for the early warning systems in case of disaster management and coastal resilience. And then lastly, through the ongoing COP30 conference, we'll also get access to capacity development in ocean science from the global leaders of the blue economy.
Thank you so much, Eliusta, for that explanation. Since you're a young person, what is it that the young people want the world leaders to convey on the COP30 conference?
As young people, I think as youth, we need to see our leaders considering the blue economy. The blue economy has the unique way of bringing opportunities. So we need consideration in all areas.
Thank you so much, Eliusta, for your time and for the explanations that you have provided. Back to you, Nasser Kingu.
Thank you very much, Caroline Malewo. That was my colleague, Caroline Malewo, as she was speaking with a maritime economics researcher from Korea Maritime and Ocean University, Eliusta Phil Kunjombe. A lot of details there about maritime and environment and its benefits to Tanzania. Veteran politicians and diplomats have stressed on 4 R's philosophy championed by President Samia Suluhu Hassan, which underscores reconciliation, resilience, reforms, and rebuilding as the nation charts a way forward after elections. 4 R's framework was introduced as a national agenda to address the social, political, and economic challenges, aiming to maintain peace, stability, and foster national development. Speaking to TBC News, a former diplomat, Ambassador Dr. Msuya Mangachi, and retired Brigadier General Francis Mdolwa emphasized Tanzania's foundation for peace, which align with a strong national identity and political culture, stressing unity, dialogue, and legacy of peace.
The bigger framework is the 4R. The 4R is really a solution, but then the 4R requires a lot of trust and confidence between the government, which has proposed this approach, and those protagonists who should support, who are supposed to sit with the government and see the way forward. When there is a problem, the solution is to sit down and resolve it through negotiations. Well, it was done before, but it looks like the process was not completed. But I'm pleased to learn that in the campaigns, the Chama cha Mapinduzi has promised that it's going to resume the process, call all the parties involved, find out what is the cause of the problem, and try to find the way forward to resolve the problem once and for all.
It is very important to make sure that we go back to the programs we had before. If you go back to Mwalimu Nyerere, Mwalimu was trying his best to unite the people, actually using their talents, giving them opportunities to give views about the development in the country. So we want our leaders to go back to the drawing board. We can't leave what made us what we are now. We have to go back and see how we can maintain our reputation in Africa and in the world. We have been doing very well, and unfortunately, we forgot that we have enemies around. I'm sure what happened was not our own creation. There must have been some infiltration which incited our youth, and they did what they did. And it is very important now to go to the drawing board to see how we can seal all those openings which will bring bad reputation to our country.
As Tanzanian government continues to seek reconciliation through dialogue following recent post-election violence and unrest, a move that aims at fostering peace, unity and stability, as Vice President Dr. Emmanuel Nchimbi stated during the SADC summit. Speaking to TBC News, Dr. Mary Nagu, one of the country's long-serving public servant and politician, together with a veteran journalist, John Solombi, urged all leaders and citizens to work together in building the nation now and for the future generation.
See peace to be the basic need. Let us see the stability is what will bring about development. And let us listen to the people, what they want and what is good for the country. We have one Tanzania, it should remain one country, and we don't have any other country. We have nowhere to run to. We have only Tanzania, and you have seen that in 2 days. On the 29th and 30th, we have seen how much it costs to lose peace. We are supposed to be there to sit down and discuss on how and to get to know what has gone wrong so that we can make correction, and to sit down and know what should we do in order to bring back the peace and stability and diplomacy of this country. All the countries in the world look to Tanzania for peace. And now we have turned out to be something different. But I thank and congratulate everybody, because it has taken a very short while. It should not come back at all.
We have to learn what has happened in these past few days in Tanzania. If we lose peace in the country, there are the big things which will happen to us. It's not only positive, but negatively. We have seen a lot of things which happen in our country. Our image has been tarnished, bad, the image of our country. And the life of our people. For these past few days, we have been seeing how people, their life changed. So we have to learn. And I want to call citizen and politician and all the citizens of the country. We should learn and not repeat what has been happened. We have the role to make sure that peace and stability should sustain in our country.
Let's move now to sports news, where Simba Sports Club's information and communication manager Ahmed Ali says that his squad is training hard, ready to face Petro Atletico of Angola in the first match of the CAF African Champions League group stage to be played on November 21st in Luanda, Angola. Ali reaffirms his team's goal this year to reach the semi-finals of the CAF African Champions League, hence the strategic preparation.
If we reach the final this year, it will be okay for us, but our main target is semi-final. As you know, in CAF Champions League over the past years, we have been playing up to the quarter-final. But this year, we have planned to reach the semi-final. And we are now on the preparation to face Petro, the Atletico of Angola. And we aim to win the game so as to go through our plan. And management, players, we all focus on the semi-final. Only semi-final we want this year.
Now, before we conclude the news bulletin for tonight, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
My name is Godfrey Kazinja. I present to you 24-hour weather forecast from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. For tonight, we expect future particular conditions, thunder shower over Furia over the Lake Victoria Basin in the western part of our country, while in northern coast, expect future particular conditions, light rain shower over few areas. The rest part of our country expect future particular condition. For tomorrow, average wind speed expected over the most part of our country, while distribution of rainfall signal are over some part of our country. For tomorrow, Lake Victoria Basin, Tabora, together with Rukwa, expect future particular condition, thunder shower over Fury and sun period. Kigoma and Katavi expect future cloud condition, thunder shower over few areas and sun interval, while southern western highland, Ruvuma, together with the entire coast, expect future particular condition, rain shower over Fury and sun periods. Singida, Dodoma, Morogoro, together with the Iringa region, expect future particular condition and long sun periods. Northern Eastern Highland, expect future particular condition, light rain shower over few areas and sun period. Let's have a look for the 4 days weather forecast for some part of our country, starting from the day after tomorrow. Dar es Salaam expect future particular condition, light rain shower over few areas and sun period. Dodoma expect future particular condition and long sun period. Mbeya expect future particular condition, rain shower over few areas and sun period. Mwanza expect future thunder shower over few areas and sun period. Kilimanjaro expect future light rain shower and the maximum temperature expected to be 35 degrees Celsius. Morogoro expect future particular condition, light rain shower over few areas and sun period. Arusha expect future particular condition, light rain shower over few areas and sun period. Dear viewer, we thank you for watching us and have a good time.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. And don't miss our next bulletin in the Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Musa Kingu. We wish you a good night.